Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube page. In this video we will walk through calling a Python function with parameters. In the beginning, I will give you an overview of what I plan to cover, then I will switch over to Python idle editor, walk you through the script and then run the program in Python shell. At the end, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Now let's begin. There are several categories of functions such as simple functions where there is no data transfer involved, functions that return a single value after completion, functions that specify one or more parameters as data items are transferred to the function, and functions that allow data transfers in both directions. A Python program is normally decomposed into modules, and these are divided into classes and functions. A function completes a specific task in a program. Data within a function is known only locally. This means the scope of the data is local to the function and it has a limited lifetime, meaning it only exists during execution. In this example, we will focus on calling functions with parameters or arguments. A function defined with one or more parameter specifications allows data transfer to the function when called. The parameters specified in the function definition are treated as local data, which mean they have local scope. The data values used when calling these functions are known as arguments. Every argument in a function call must correspond to a parameter specification in the function definition. A function that is called with two arguments must be defined with two parameters. Next, let's open up the Python idle editor and carry out a function with one or more parameters. First, start out by putting identification information for the Python file enclosed by 3 apostrophes. For the program file name, let's title it function with argument data.py. Then the author information, and for that, I'll put my name Lewis. Next the date, which is July 26, 2022, and lastly I'll put a short description of the program. Let's describe it as, perform a function that calls squared with a single input parameter and perform a function that calls multiplication of 2 input parameters. First, let's define a function that computes the squared value of a single input variable by calling the function. Therefore, in this script we will do a simple definition statement by typing def squared open parenthesis z, close parenthesis colon, then press enter. Now let's input a short description of what the function executes. Start out by typing 3 quotation marks followed by the description that says this function will return the value of z squared, press enter and close with 3 quotation marks. Let's assign the word result equal to z squared notated by z double multiplication sign 2, as this is how we input squared in Python. Press enter and type the keyword return result as we want Python to return the value of any variable input into the function squared. Now let's set the value of variables m equal to 4, k1 equal to the function described above as squared open parenthesis, input variable m, then close parenthesis and k2 equals variable m multiplied by 5 plus squared variable m notated by squared open parenthesis, variable m, close parenthesis. Second, let's define a function that has 2 input parameters and computes the product of the 2 variables by calling the function. Therefore, in this script we will do a definition statement by typing def multiply underscore values, open parenthesis p comma q, close parenthesis, colon then press enter. Now let's input a short description of what the function executes. Start out by typing 3 quotation marks followed by the description that says this function will return the product of 2 variables p and q, press enter and close with 3 quotation marks. Let's assign the word product equal to p times q. Press enter and type the keyword return product as we want Python to return the value of any 2 input variables. The Python return statement is a special statement that you can use inside a function or method to send the function's results back to the caller. As shown here, the return statement consists of the keyword return followed by the return value. Now, for this example, I want to know the product of values 7 and 15. For this, let's set the value of k3 equal to the function we defined above, multiply underscore values, open parenthesis 7 comma 15, close parenthesis. 7 and 15 are the 2 input parameters. Next, create the print statements for the values of k1 and k2 with argument m. Type print open parenthesis, quotation mark, then type the statement value of k1 with argument m, colon, close the quotation mark, comma then k1. Next, close the parenthesis. Now do k2, as print open parenthesis, quotation mark, then type the statement value of k2 with argument m, colon, close the quotation mark, comma then k2. Next, close the parenthesis. Lastly, do k3, as print open parenthesis, quotation mark, then type the statement value of k3 with arguments p and q, colon, close the quotation mark, comma then k3. Then, close the parenthesis. The print statements are used for the output of variables and text strings. These output statements write the value of one or more variables to the output device. Now, let's confirm our function with an argument is executing as expected. In the Python idle editor header, click Run, then click Run Module. After the idle shell opens, the function will execute returning the expected data values. The values of k1 and k2 with one argument m equals 16 and 36 respectively, and the value of k3 with two arguments, p and q equals 105. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload videos to YouTube. I'll see you next week with a new Python video. Until next time, take care.